Hello, good morning. My name is Jake Harmon with the We Marketing team, and we are back for an all new episode of Mondays with Marketing. Super excited to be back. It's been a few weeks. I was traveling. That kept us off the air a couple Mondays ago. And then I came back, as you could probably tell in my voice, a little bit sick, and I lost my voice. So that's why we couldn't do an episode last Monday. But from what I can tell and feel like, my voice is about 85 to 95% better, and therefore we're back. On today's episode, we are going to be discussing 10 common social media mistakes that real estate agents make on social media and what they are. And we're not really going to get into how you can avoid them because they're pretty self-explanatory, but we're going to just discuss the top 10 mistakes that we notice as a marketing team that agents tend to make when they're making their own social media content. Before we jump in, though, don't forget should be a link on the post in the private we group and on the LinkedIn channel to grant StreamYard permission to see who you are. That way I can add your questions to the screen should you have them over the course of the show. All right, so without further ado, 10 social media mistakes most, not all, but most real estate agents tend to make. I'm just going to grab a quick sip here. Okay. This is probably going to be the most my voice has worked in the last 2 weeks. So if it starts to go out a little bit, forgive me. You're just going to have to deal. All right. So number one, let's just jump right in. Only posting listings. Yes, we know you're real estate agents, but your audience wants to see more than just the listings. Listings are important. Post them, yes, but change up your content. Provide other information that your audience is going to find helpful because, as we know, not everyone is in the market right at that moment to buy or sell. They may be looking for other information. They may want to just learn about the market. They may want to learn about you. What resonates with an audience at any given time can change. And so it's not only about your listings. Number two, agents fearing repetition. So this may seem counterintuitive to what we just said in number one, where, don't post only the same stuff. But there needs to be some sort of consistency with the content that you post. Whether it's the time and days that you post, whether it's the style and look at it, or if it's a weekly segment you do. We have one agent here within Windermere that we're starting a Sunday reset kind of campaign with her social media, where every Sunday their post is going to be about what they do to kind of reset their mind and get ready for the upcoming week. So having things like that is super important, so that way your audience can understand what they're going to get from you and they can begin to interact more with it. Number three, avoiding real life. We are all human. Just because we are on social media to promote a business or a real estate industry doesn't mean that we can't pepper in some real life stuff in there. Our audience wants to be able to connect with us, and we want to be able to connect with our audience. That's how we build a overall community in social media. So again, don't be afraid to post some of those real life moments that help you appear more human. Number four, keeping valuable content locked up. So we do want some content to be what we call gated. You want to be able to collect information about your audience, so that way you can reach out to them on other channels like email. So while, yes, it's important to have some content that maybe they click on a link and they provide an email address and a zip code or something like that, so you can learn more about them and then send them more relevant information. But we want to make sure that, especially in the beginning, we are providing content that is going to help build trust and an expertise with our audience. Okay, so giving away content your audience will find helpful. This could be things like guides, infographics, anything that will kind of build value to your audience. It's going to help build that trust. I do see we have some comments. Hello, Paula. Good to see you again. Yessie mentions the marketing rule of 7 is important. Yes, it is. Maybe we could have Yessie as a guest on a future episode to kind of talk more about this. Hello, Ellen. Nice to see you as well. Great. Glad some people are tuning in. Super excited to be back. Let's jump ahead. Number 5, bragging too much. Okay. As an audience, as people in general, we like to see how you're achieving things. We like it when you sell a property or when you get a great award with your brokerage. Sharing these milestones and achievement is important and it helps establish your credibility. But if you're constantly posting this, like if every single day it's a post of like, oh, I sold another property, or this property just sold, or this property just sold, it could cause your audience to feel that you're too busy for them and that they may be more hesitant to reach out because they may not think that you can give them 100% of your intention or your attention to help meet their needs. So just kind of keep that in mind. Yes, share your milestones, share your achievements, but make sure that overall you're keeping as much of your content about your community and about your audience and helping them as possible. And this kind of ties into number 6 here, asking for business. We never want to go online and just straight up ask people, hey, let me help you sell your house. Do you want to sell your house? I can do this for you. No, we want to make them know and understand that you can help them sell their home kind of subliminally. We want to post that content that helps create a sense of community and establish you as a thought leader and an expert in the industry. So that way, when they are ready to sell their house or buy their next home, vacation home, whatever it may be, that you are the first person they think of. So keep that in mind. Your main goal is to help your clients, okay? Posting content your audience finds helpful. This is going to bring you far more business than if you were to just flat out ask for it. Number 7, posting the same content everywhere. It's very easy to just copy and paste the same content on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your LinkedIn, on your Twitter, and call it a day, right? This is not the best way to go about it. Content should always be platform specific. And this could be something as easy as changing the image, changing the copy slightly, changing your hashtag campaigns. Whatever it is, it could be super minor differences or it could be major wholesale differences. But you need to keep in mind that your audience will want different things on different channels. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. If your audience is pretty much the same people on Instagram and Facebook, that's a big reason to not post the same kind of content on both channels. Your audience is already receiving that content on one channel. So then when they see it on the second channel, they're less likely to engage with it, making that content less valuable. And then same thing if you have completely different audiences. What an audience likes on Facebook, they may not resonate with on Instagram. So keep that in mind. A couple key things to keep in mind too about Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is great for putting links and to drive traffic from Facebook to another site, while Instagram is great for on-platform content. Since Instagram doesn't allow you to put live links in posts, you see all the time how people will say, oh, link in bio. For more information, check out the link in bio. People don't always want to go back to your bio in order to search for something. They want to be able to interact with that piece of content right where it is. So kind of keep that in mind. Number 8, not using proper grammar and spelling. I can attest that people on our internal marketing team probably hate me for this because I have a past life as a former English teacher. So for me, using proper grammar and spelling, I catch almost every typo, every minor grammar mistake every time. And while it's great to have that second set of eyes, it can be kind of a headache because you think you're done with something and you're like, oh crap, I have to go and kind of redo this. So it's important to think of your social media content as basically an interview. Every single time that you post, every piece of content that you post, especially if it's stuff that you've written, people are essentially interviewing you for a job that they don't know that they're hiring you for yet. So keep that in mind. You want to come off professional but fun, but don't come off as, kind of childish and unintelligent. Okay. Number 9, only posting in a singular style. Brand consistency is super important. Okay. We talk about this in every marketing meeting that we have with agents about how we need to establish a brand and kind of stick to that brand. However, there can be different sides to that brand and the content that you're posting. while we want to have a singular kind of similar look and similar feel, we want to make sure that we're also providing a good range of content styles, whether it's memes, GIFs, white pages, just different things to kind of break up the norm. So that way, every time your audience sees something from you, it's something fresh that they can relate with and it's a little bit different. This helps connect with your audience in a more human way that they will appreciate and resonate with much more. So keep that in mind as you're establishing your content. And finally, number 10. This is kind of a big one that not even just real estate agents, but a lot of people make the mistake of, and it's not engaging with your audience. As we know, even whether we're introverts or extroverts, people crave real human connection. Okay, so we want to make sure that when we're posting content, we're live and available for our audience in that moment that they see it. So that way we can engage with them. If they ask a question in the comments, we want to be able to answer it as quick as possible. We want to be able to like their comments and kind of interact. A great social media channel. If you have not checked out, I believe it's Wendy's on Twitter, they are constantly engaging with their audience in fun ways that help kind of keep things fresh and keep the conversation going and keep them top of mind. My general rule of thumb, when you're posting content, spend the next immediate 30 minutes to an hour engaging with not only people who are engaging with your content, but go back and engage with them. If you notice that someone is always commenting on your stuff and they're commenting with relevant information or questions rather, and they're really finding your content engaging and it resonates with them, go check out their profiles and see how you can kind of engage with them, because that's going to establish that connection much more deeply between you and your audience. All right. And as always, if you want help with social media, we're here to help you. The We Marketing team, all of us have a great sense of social media. Yessie, who left a comment, she's our social media guru, and she'll help take your social media to the next level. And of course, you can reach out to us by texting marketing to 530-487-0197, or you can email wemarketingagency@gmail.com. As always, we are super excited for the show. I'm super excited to see where we're going to take it over the next several weeks. We will be here next week. Next Monday is a holiday, so we'll not be live on Monday, but we will be doing a special show on Tuesday. May or may not be at a different time, still kind of finalizing that, but keep an eye out for more information. We'll be sending that information about next week's show out within the next couple of days through our internal channels here on the Facebook page, LinkedIn, email, and pretty much any way that our Windermere agents kind of get in touch with us and interact. All right, guys, it's been fun. Glad to get this first episode in a few weeks out of the way, knock some of the cobwebs out, and I will see you next Tuesday on a special edition of, not really Mondays with Marketing next week. We'll call it just Tuesdays with Marketing or something. I don't know. You get the idea. See you next week.